ladies and gentlemen, I'm Erindex. Welcome back to Colossus here at the magnificent south coast of British professional wrestling excellence. And talking about British professional wrestling excellence, this delightful, delectable technical assassin is Jordon Breaks. Yes, indeed. The Lossy Posse's favourite son, and indeed Fannic's favourite son, Jordon Breaks, the technical ace, on his way to ringside, indeed, on his way to the ring for a six-man tag team matchup. Trios action to open up things here at Feed 'em the Gulls. Feed 'em to the Gulls, shall I say. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordon Breaks is in the absolute excellence of his career right now. Talk about putting a run together, of course. Somebody I know very well from Rumble Wrestling, just up the road, and you want to talk about somebody who matches the energy and the excellence of Jordon Breaks in his singles career so far. The premium tag team of professional wrestling, TK Cooper, Chuck Mambo, the Sunshine Machine has arrived here at St. John's Church and Community Centre. And of course, the Lossy Posse are excited to see them. What a trio this is. Jordon Breaks and the Sunshine Machine tag team royalty. I've had the pleasure and the honour of witnessing, calling and capturing many of the Sunshine Machine and Jordon Breaks matches. You're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. The energy is palpable here. Feed 'em to the Gulls is sold out, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back sellouts for Colossus. Frankly, when you see the level of excellence, the level of quality that we're putting on here, it's not hard to understand why Colossus is the big talking point, especially when it comes to Southeast professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, RMC certainly doesn't have much that's good to say about the Sunshine Machine and Jordon Breaks' opponents here tonight, and that is fairly understandable, to be honest. Bad attitude runs with bad blood here at Colossus, and none more so than this individual. Yes, indeed. We've already seen Pulley Adams here at Colossus and already showing quite a nasty attitude and a real indignation towards our audience. No denying the palpable charisma of the rockstar Pulley Adams, a legit rockstar in his own right, especially as far as fan is concerned. Punk rock attitude from a punk, ladies and gentlemen. I know Pulley Adams quite well, actually. I've had the privilege of facing Pulley Adams quite recently down at Phoenix Promotions, and his attitude runs real deep in professional wrestling, and despite being a relative newcomer on the scene of professional wrestling, already making quite the mark for himself. Not exactly endearing himself to the Lossy Posse, might I add. Of course, this is a six-person tag team matchup. We have a surprise individual joining Team Adams tonight. Not this individual, although this is most definitely going to be a surprise if he catches you in the mouth, because ASHMORE is one of the more dangerous and well-known individuals on the British circuit, a well-travelled and well-accomplished professional wrestler with a real bad attitude to match Pulley Adams. ASHMORE has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. St. John's and the Lossy Posse are exactly receiving him very well at all. Anyone who's associated with Pulley Adams at this point is not going to receive well by the Lossy Posse here at Colossus. Being said, obviously, Jordon Breaks especially will know all about ASHMORE. Nobody studies the tape better than Jordon Breaks. He really is one of the best, if not the best, wrestlers in the world today for a good reason. As we know, and the Lossy Posse will know better than anybody else, that here at Colossus, anybody can show up, and it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a soliloquy from Pulley Adams.
Unfortunately, I have some very bad news to say. Can we go to your head? Dee Durant, the other rodent, we had a gig last night. He had 4 beers. He got 2 hammered. Long story short, hey.
4?
No. Long story short, he's at a squat somewhere in Paris. But I have a replacement. I've got my contact.
Does he now?
And I have someone special, all the way from America. I have the leader of the pack, Stephen Wolf.
Well, good God almighty, Pulley Adams has pulled a rabbit out of the hat, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently Stephen Wolf, the leader of the pack, all the way from the United States of America, is going to make a Colossus arrival here. Good God almighty, this is a vicious, venomous, nasty leader of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. The hunt mentality is about to begin because Stephen Wolf is extremely well accomplished and certainly will have an opportunity here to show everybody that Colossus what he is all about. As you can see, 3 very unique, very different looking individuals who are looking to face the hive mind mentality of the Sunshine Machine and Jordon Breaks. 6-man tag team action. It'll be very interesting here to see how things are done. But Stephen Wolf really is the X Factor, BWI 500 listed athlete, part of the BW 500 as well. Listed at number 15, so not exactly a scrub by any means. And for anyone following, of course, the leader of the pack, well travelled for the United States. He's also done a stint in Germany. A number of European countries, to be fair. Of course, part of the WXW 16 karat gold excellence as well. And Stephen Wolf very much looking to put the UK on blast while he spends his time over here. One of the longest reigning New Texas World Champions in the history of American independent professional wrestling is Stephen Wolf, and of course ASHMORE. Pulley Adams is somewhat the de facto leader as far as I've been told. Pulley Adams making it very clear to me, I run this team, don't forget I'm the rock star. But ironically enough, severely lacking in experience compared to the other 5 individuals in this matchup. And it looks like TK Cooper is going to start things out with Pulley Adams. Collar and elbow tie-up. Size advantage and power advantage, of course, going to TK Cooper. Waistline takedown with ease. Dumps Pulley Adams right on his keister. I'm interested to know why DD Adams is drunk after just 4 pints. Apparently they don't feel them very strong in the rodents, and whether we'll see DD Adams anytime soon remains to be seen. But right now, the headlock takedown by TK Cooper. Beautiful grapevine of the arms. Any combination and a 2 count only. But the Lossy Posse are all over Pulley Adams, and of course have no problem making it very clear what they think of him and his bad attitude as he looks to isolate and gain wrist lock control, shoulder control over TK Cooper. And of course, Jordon Breaks will know Pulley Adams, as will TK Cooper very well. Lovely roll up there. Pulley Adams taking a little bit too long, a little bit too much posturing, a little bit too much hot dogging from the rock star.
Let's go TK!
Ironically enough, the very thing that makes Pulley Adams such a great threat is also his biggest weakness, his inability to wrestle without performing or showing off to the audience. Lovely trap. Beautiful wrist-lock control applied by Teeks there to Pulley Adams. And has a look at the roll-up shoulder. Transitions beautifully into the hammerlock. Does TK Cooper, as technically proficient as he is, athletically explosive as he applies a lovely headlock. Pulley Adams escapes. A bit of technique there, and I suppose if you're under the guise of Jordon breaks, or have been at least trained in the beginning by Jordon breaks, you'll have a real good understanding of what it takes to be technically proficient. But TK Cooper didn't become one of the all-time greats of British independent wrestling by allowing people like Pulley Adams to take the nick as he puts him inside and out. Full control by TK Cooper. Pulley Adams once again able to counter as a slippery little devil he is. And now, oh wow, rather unique offense there as he was able to grapevine the arm and then somewhat drove his knee, right into the face of TK Cooper, and that seems to have discombobulated Teeks indeed. And Irish whip out of the corner, beautiful escape over the top by TK Cooper, comes off the ropes, go behind by Pulley Adams, switch by back elbow by Pulley Adams to the face. And now TK Cooper, leg lariat up top, beautiful athleticism, goes flying to the sky, there's TK Cooper.
You guys want to see Jordon?
Who doesn't want to see the technical legend Jordon breaks? Oh, that's a mighty stiff tag, might I add. Chuck Maddox is by that now. That's the Pulley Adams doesn't want none of that. And now the tag is made to Stephen Wolf, and you're going to see what things are all about. Stephen Wolf already pointing out the fact that he owns a pinfall victory over Jordon breaks. Can he do it again? Well, we're about to find out. Lovely go behind. That is exactly the MO, the modus operandi of Jordon breaks. Is technical excellence. Speaking of technical, it's getting beautiful roll through into the hammerlock of his own. And Steve Wolf is ready to fit in. Good God almighty, like a whirlwind through the legs. Separation there, Jordon breaks giving a rope for Doug, goes behind once again, spins him back out. Beautiful monkey flip over the top, and I think even Stephen Wolf, in his premium excellence, is having a hard time keeping up with Jordon breaks. The Houdini of professional wrestling. Oh my God! Lands on his feet to Stephen Wolf and escapes immediately, gets the tag to ASHMORE, who takes an arm drag takedown immediately for his troubles. Well, the pace and the energy here at Colossus is frenetic. This is your opening matchup, ladies and gentlemen. A six-man tag team matchup between Jordon breaks and the Sunshine Machine against ASHMORE, Stephen Wolf and Pulley Adams. Beautiful head scissors takedown. Oh, there goes the hat. The Aussie posse wanted the hat. Oh boy, Stephen Wolf is absolutely beside himself. No idea what he's doing. He's giving one of the audience a lap dance. It's certainly not something that I would want to partake in, that's for sure. Now, Chuck Mambo finally gets the tag, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and ASHMORE cuts him off. Cheap shot to the midsection now, just a club to the back. And ASHMORE hits real hard. Before by that hits like appearance. Beautiful up and over. Chuck Mambo, arm drag, but ASHMORE puts the brakes on. Irish whip off the ropes. Chuck Mambo ducks the clothesline, ducks the back elbow, puts up a head of Stephen. Beautiful modification of the Japanese arm drag. Absolutely outrageous collision there from Chuck Mambo. I've never seen offense quite like it. A stiff knife-edged shot just to keep ASHMORE a little bit more honest. Versus Irish whip. Springboard back elbow by Chuck Mambo. Takes to the skies with such relative ease. Patented Sunshine Machine offense here in Fanet's finest of Colossus. And now back elbow by Chuck Mambo. Scales to the second rope with ease. And now up to the top rope. Springboard crossbody. Beautiful athleticism. Penny combination. Stephen Wolf breaks up the pinfall and says, we'll have none of that nonsense. As always, referee Matthew Terry, of course, in charge of the proceedings here. Colossus is, or Colossi, should I say, #1 official, and like there's a bit of trading here. Things are breaking down, and Matt Terry pretty much powerless to enforce the tag team rules right now. Looks like Stephen Wolf and Chuck Mambo are looking to show off their ability on the ropes. What in God's name is going on here? And Chuck Mambo just taking it easy as well. A lot of double posturing here. Oh, wow. Now, TK Cooper and ASHMORE seem to think, hey, what the hell is going on here as they're playing ballast, and now shots being thrown on the lower end and the high end, and oh my God, double Canadian destroyers. Good God almighty, springboard Canadians in stereo from opposite tag team opponents. Steve Wolf goes up and over, lands on his feet. Chuck Mambo drop kicks and lands on the ropes with beautiful ease. Pulley Adams just shoves Chuck Mambo off like the sneaky little rat that he is. And Jordon Break says, I'll have some of that as well, sunshine, and dumps Pulley Adams to the outside. Dare I say, Jordon Break, with all his technical announcers, might be preparing to fly very high in the sky. Suicida Tope. And now, an abdominal stretch with a little bit of big strong boy flexing from Jordon Breaks to ASHMORE. ASHMORE able to go, oh my God, able to counter and a hip toss. The lower back of Jordon Breaks collided with the hardest part of the ring. Good God almighty, feed him to the Gulls. You might just have to do so. Jordon Breaks could be broken in half after what was a oh wow, beautiful escape by ASHMORE over the top rope, standing into Guri, takes out Chuck Mambo, sends him back into the middle of the ring. Now slingshot tip and a code breaker to Chuck Mambo, catches him flush. Violent collision could be all. Referee Matt Terry in perfect position, but a 2 count. Chuck Mambo able to power out. And ASHMORE with some electric offense there with that slingshot code breaker into the middle of the ring, driving both his knees straight into the midsection and the lungs and the ribs of Chuck Mambo. Without a corner from Pulley Adams, drives Chuck Mambo into the turnbuckle. Pinfall attempt. Barely a 2 count, and now a PK. The disrespect. Pulley Adams has no respect for anybody, much less the Sunshine Machine. And Steve Wolf is now the legal man in this matchup. Looks in the build-up ahead. Steve just slaps Chuck Mambo around the back of the head. Oh boy, that's he's sort of fired up Chuck Mambo. Oh my God, knife edge chop all the way through the chest of Stephen Wolf, and a big old scooper to apply to Stephen Wolf from Chuck Mambo, but you might have noticed Steve Wolf very slightly there, picking the ankle so ASHMORE can make the blind tag. This is what tag team wrestling is all about fundamentally. Isolating your opponent as he drives both his knees into the chest once again. And after that slingshot code breaker earlier, you've got to think that ASHMORE has the game in mind. ASHMORE asking for silence. He's not going to get any silence from the Lossy Posse, one of the most vocal and electric audiences in professional wrestling today. Well, once again, just goading TK Cooper, of course. The brotherhood, the lifeblood of Sunshine Machine that these two share. And Chuck Mambo and TK Cooper could never be underestimated, and TK Cooper is not going to stand there and allow Chuck Mambo to be picked apart by a pack of vultures like Pulley Adams, Stephen Wolf, and the legal tag right now that is ASHMORE. Pulley Adams gets the tag in this 6-man tag team matchup as ASHMORE just drives down on the neck of Chuck Mambo, and now once again the middle of that back. It's very obvious that this team has isolated the midsection, the lower back, and of course the rib cage of Chuck Mambo. Sleeper hold applied as Pulley Adams obviously recognising there is a sizable difference between himself and his opponents, and Chuck Mambo over to wipe out both tag team partners, rolls over, gets the legal tag, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes TK Cooper, big old lariat by Pulley Adams. And ASHMORE, back elbow as well to boot. And the Lossy Posse comes alive for big old TK Cooper. Look out. Yo, my God. Exploder suplex with the trap and the kip up. And TK Cooper just absolutely, oh, come on, ASHMORE with a cheap shot to the back end. TK Cooper says, how about a forearm shiver right across that ugly mug of yours, Sunshine? Steve Wolf back suplex into the neck breaker. Beautiful transition, professional wrestling, but Pulley Adams is the legal man, and Pulley Adams recognises that. That hesitation right there may very well be what cost them the opportunity at a win. Stephen Wolf is the legal man. TK Cooper already finds himself in trouble, coming in like a house on fire. referee Matthew Terry desperately trying to regain some order in this six-man tag team matchup. Stephen Wolf just swings for the fence. TK Cooper, no denying the athletic ability. What is rapidly becoming hot property, ladies and gentlemen, on the American independent scene. And no doubt we'll be spending a lot more time in Europe as well, as the quality of this professional wrestling cannot be denied. Unfortunately, the attitude certainly can be brought into question. Stephen Wolf has certainly made a name for himself, running all over the United Kingdom, and an opportunity, of course, or will have an opportunity, should I say, very soon, for Rev Pro inside the Doncaster Dome, and that tells you everything you need to know about just how impressive Stephen Wolf is as he continues to dominate on the European tour. And his suplex applied to TK Cooper by Stephen Wolf. Now here comes de facto team leader Pulley Adams. You'll notice this little rap, but he seems to want to get the tag when his opponent is already being debilitated by his much larger tag team partners. I don't think that's much of a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Rodent by name, extremely dirty rodent by nature. And Stephen Wolf reversed the Irish whip, but TK Cooper crashed into ASHMORE, and now a malfunction at the junction. Wolf accidentally wipes out Pulley Adams. Big scoop slam applied by TK Cooper. He's created some separation. Can he get the tag? Chuck Mambo, of course, looking to rally the Lossy Posse. And now tag made to Jordon Breaks, who is fresh and ready to go. And bad news is coming. Those signs are plenty. The House of Fire has been unleashed. Pour some petrol on it, because Jordon Breaks is good to go here with a scoop slam. Another one applied to Stephen Wolf, and oh boy, Jordon Breaks, when he gets red hot, ladies and gentlemen, damn near unstoppable in British professional wrestling. Oh, go behind, and that patented abdominal stretch. Stretching and flexing is Jordon Breaks, and now Pulley Adams, to his credit, escapes with the hip toss, if not for a moment, but Breaks is back on him again. Beautiful fireman's carry driver. Almost a fit-yes mentality from Jordon Breaks. 2 counts on Pulley Adams, and I have to give Pulley Adams credit. He's got a lot of resilience for a rat. I think Jordon Breaks was looking for a potential submission. Pulley Adams able to escape, and a nasty drop kick to the knee, viciously applied by Pulley Adams, and now that violent double discus lariat right to the back, and now, oh my god, Meteora! Man, Chuck Mambo, that Meteor, oh good god almighty, again, collision as Steve Wolf tries to fake, and a torpedo Samoa headbutt from TK Cooper, the Stephen Wolf wipes him out, and now, oh man, he was looking to build up ahead of Steve. ASHMORE points a runner on the head of TK Cooper, shotgun drop kick right back into the corner, frenetic, frantic offense here at Colossus, and ASHMORE roars, who is the man, and hard to disagree after that, but Jordon Breaks comes thundering in and just wipes out ASHMORE with that roaring back elbow, and good god almighty, a stiff one to Stephen Wolf. Oh, Jordon Breaks, build up and still, oh no, collision, Jordon Breaks accidentally just clarted poor TK Cooper. That rat Pulley Adams was able to escape the sinking ship. Oh man, Jordon Breaks with an accidental strike to TK Cooper has wiped out one half of the Sunshine Machine. Chuck Mambo is desperately trying to revitalise Teeks at ringside. That leaves Jordon Breaks all on his own to deal with this trio of Stephen Wolf, Pulley Adams and ASHMORE, and I think this pack of hyenas have recognised that Jordon Breaks is isolated, and by himself Stephen Wolf cleaning house, ensuring that Chuck Mambo cannot get involved. And now throat thrust to Jordon Breaks, standing into Guri from ASHMORE. One delivered from Stephen Wolf, and oh no, wow! Standing shooting star. What athleticism of Stephen Wolf. Pulley Adams, however, is the legal man, and oh man, and absolutely everything just caved in, and there are just bodies everywhere. 6 men leaving it all in the ring here, and the Lossy Posse are absolutely stunned at what they have seen so far. And this is just the opener, ladies and gentlemen, of Pro Wrestling Colossus feed them to the Gulls. This is your first matchup, and it's a six-man tag match between six of the best walking this earth right now, and ASHMORE and Chuck Mambo are teeing off and drilling each other like a couple of prize fighters. Stephen Wolf now looks to be in big trouble. Backpack, gory, cutter, combination for the Sunshine Machine. Absolutely beautiful fluid tag team offense as you'd expect, and I do believe we might be getting a little bit of a neck breaker coup de grace action from the Sunshine Machine as TK Cooper ascends and then just drives ASHMORE with the assistance of Chuck Mambo into the floor. Man, if the neck wasn't jacked up before that, it certainly is now. Sunshine Machine looking to bring the Lossy Posse into play here, feeding off the energy of the audience here at Colossus. Slingshot stereo to the outside, wipes out Stephen Wolf and ASHMORE. Jordon breaks, rolls back into the ring, and seems like the malfunction at the junction area hasn't caused as much damage as we were expecting. Jordon breaks his looker. Pulley Adams, I was wondering where that rag got to. Somehow acquired himself a steel chair. That has not ended well for him. Oh, look now. Styles clash incoming. A mistake and a breaker from Jordon breaks and rolls through the pinning combination. And Jordon breaks. TK Cooper and Chuck Mambo have won it here in an electric six-man tag to open up, feed them to the Gulls. Jordon breaks, I do believe. TK Cooper said, well, careful now. Chuck Mambo said, let's just relax here, boys. And TK Cooper's still pretty hot about taking a strike, and you can see right there, he's like, keep your hands off me, Sunshine. I'm not impressed. And TK Cooper says, fair enough for now, but very much now TK Cooper is one to forget a stiff shot from his own tag partner in the corner, albeit, for my money, an accident. Nonetheless, it doesn't affect the result, ladies and gentlemen. Your winners here tonight at Pro Wrestling Colossus, feeding to the Gulls, are Jordon Breaks and the Sunshine Machine, TK Cooper and Chuck Mambo.